check this out. I've got the best upgrade that we're gonna do to the Bronco sitting right here under this. I've been waiting for like 8 months for these. This is so sweet. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a portal. So instead of putting a suspension lift on the Bronco, you can put a portal on. This will give you a 3.8-inch lift without changing the geometry of your suspension at all. My goal with all of this is I'm gonna challenge the Morrvair. I did challenge the banana, but we went through 777s and I drugged the bottom of the Bronco over everything.
Oh, that problem solved.
This will solve that problem. 74 Well just finished producing them. This is one of their first sets. How it gets the lift is normally the wheel hub will sit right about here and come out. So all it does is it has some gearing inside of here that moves the wheel hub from right here down to the base. All right, what's all the hubbub?
That face says the Morrvair's in trouble. Got some competition.
This is definitely gonna even the playing field a little. What did you want to get portals for?
Morrvair.
Oh yeah.
I'm not supposed to say anything, but I want to build a Baja Corvair, like they build Baja Bugs, and I want to compete in some off-road racing, I don't know what, and I think portals is the answer. Wouldn't that be funny to finish the Baja 1000 in the Corvair?
A lot of people have been saying, Hefe, when are you getting rid of the body lift? The body lift is coming off. All right, it's another day and we're in the outdoor shop.
It's the biggest shop we got.
And we're gonna be installing the portals on the Bronco. We got all the wheels off. Now we're gonna start taking apart the hub. We're gonna start with the rear. We're gonna get the rear on first because they seem to be the easiest. Hopefully we're right. All right, it's been about an hour and a half.
I don't think we're getting this done today.
Nope. But we got one side done. That's the hardest part, is figuring out how everything goes. Even though it does have detailed instructions, once you get it figured out, everything goes pretty quick. So we should be able to knock the other side out pretty fast.
And then the front side, we have to completely relearn everything.
This is the best thing about this upgrade, is it just bolts on in. And the instructions are really easy to follow. If I can do it, so can you. The other side only took us 15 minutes to put it on. It's raining outside. Colin was nice and put the wheels and tires on for us. And we're gonna move inside to put the last portals on. So we're gonna get it all taken back apart now and throw the front portals on. Hey Matt, we need your help. I need you to come cut.
How dare you interrupt my slacking.
You need to cut that off.
Tom can cut that off.
But you love to cut.
Hefe just has a problem cutting on his Bronco.
Oh,
I just can't do it. He doesn't have the heart.
I need the nut, but from the nut.
Got it. Cut the nut. Looks like you got it.
Looks stock.
Looks stock. Okay. Here you go.
Back to slacking, Matt.
All right, slacking.
You know.
Okay, now here, put that nut and bolt. That was
the right washer.
Yep.
Go slow.
Right there. Okay, it's on.
Would you look at that? This piece is so beautiful. Man, look, the machine marks in it, I just love it.
So that's the old spindle.
Hey, don't tighten those down. They won't lock tight on them.
She's pretty. Okay, same thing on the other side.
So me and Jake, we're putting oil in the portals. So we got our measuring cup. Looks like it's straight out of my grandma's kitchen.
So this recipe calls for 300 milliliters of sauce.
So we're doing the last portal now.
All right. It's time to put the wheels and tires on and go test out the portals. So
So Hefe's been preparing the Bronco for 3 days for this event. The Morrvair, we just pulled it out of the lineup. It's always ready to work. It needed no special prep. So Colin, give us a brief rundown on the specs of the Morrvair.
All right, so I got a 1961 Chevrolet Corvair. It's got a 5.3 LS with a turbo 400. It's got a 125-inch wheelbase, and the track is 86 inches. It's got axles out of a 90s Dodge Cummins with 40-inch tires. I'm the driver behind it, so it should go everywhere.
And competing against the Morrvair is the Bronco. The Bronco has a 91-inch track width and a wheelbase of 116 inches. It has a stock powertrain, stock suspensions, other than the fabulous portals that we just put on. It gained a 3.88-inch ground clearance due to the portals, plus a wider stance. So last time I had to take off my fender flares to avoid damaging them, and I ended up hitting into the wall. That's the first bruise. This time, due to my track width and the portals, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem.
So the Morrvair is wearing 40-inch Patagonia MTs. They're the MT02. And the Bronco is wearing 37-inch Patagonia XTs. How much air pressure?
10.
10
Last
pounds?
time, I was at 12 because just for ground clearance.
I think this is at 12 pounds right now.
So aside from the ground clearance that the portals gave me, they also lowered the gear ratio of the Bronco, which will help with the bigger tires.
So today's event is going to be judged by myself and Rhett, and yes, we are unbiased. We don't care who wins, right?
Yes.
So this is the entrance to Double Sammy. We're going to be calling this the first obstacle, and it's not done till they're on top. I don't even know if there's a name for this obstacle, but we're going to be judging them on poise. What else?
Smoothness?
None of them brought their evening gowns.
I don't know what that means.
Hefe's gonna have trouble fitting between this. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
That's wide. I felt the tire on both sides.
Okay, like last time, we're not going to be spotting. They're going to pick their own ways unless they ask for a spotter. I forgot to tell you the rules. If you ask for a spot, then that's a negative point.
Oh, okay.
So you're picking your own way.
I will wreck this thing before I ask for a spotter. I've only been on this truck, never driven it.
You're doing great. You need to flip on your scanner bar. Yep. Let's see. So the reason we're having Hefe go first, just like last time, is he has a front camera. So he can kind of spot himself, and then Colin gets to watch the Bronco go through, so they both kind of even out.
And I've done this trail like 5 times.
That thing is so wide, like, it's crazy how much those portals push those tires out.
It's a completely new ride, man. Like night and day difference. These portals, holy cow.
So we're kind of racing the sun right now, and that means everybody's driving through really fast. So I'm kind of having to jog to keep up. Lady doesn't care. Do you, lady? Have you bottomed out anywhere?
No.
Okay. You've lifted a wheel a couple times.
Yeah. But
Feels-
nothing even remotely close to what it did last time. Like this is night and day difference.
Have you bottomed out, hit anything with the tire? Anything like that?
Nope.
How you feel?
I feel amazing.
Okay.
Like I'm winning. I feel like a winner.
So the Bronco's definitely lifted a wheel a couple times. It's also rubbing a fender. Woo! Look at that. Full on. It's only 18 inches. Oh wow. Last time he went over that, he hit that bumper. See the Morrvair go through the same thing?
No, I'm trying to make it the same.
Did not lift the tire. Did that rub a fender right there? So the Morrvair will hit that bumper right there. That's its tire clearance issue.
Check out this clearance. Normally I would have bellied out right now. How much of a difference do I have right now?
You have like 4 inches.
So I am trying to get it to belly out and it won't do it.
This is the same track we went on last time. I can already tell the Bronco's just making it through way better than it did last time. It's not even close. It still does that Bronco wave though.
It just wants to say hi.
I'm suspecting Hefe's gonna have to get some seat time to learn where his wheels are now, because they are definitely in a different spot.
Got up and took it right off.
Good, we don't want any busted CVs out here.
No. There's a little tiny bit of rubbish right there.
I think anything would rub right there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So I know I'm not supposed to be giving the driving analysis because I'm an impartial judge, but the Morrvair has a really high geared transfer case. It doesn't have a doubler, so it's kind of a race car. Really slow crawling is not its forte. Forte is French for fort. It's a pretty common saying in the lower 48. So one thing we do have at the shop is we have a 3-to-1 transfer case. It's currently got a 1.96 to 1. 3-to-1 would be a pretty big improvement, 33.3% improvement approximately. That's this many millimeters. So the Morrvair has a Yukon Grizzly locker in the front. It's an auto locker. It's not selectable. Contrary to everything I read as a kid and what people think, you can't feel it in the steering. You don't even know it's there. It just hooks up and goes. The rear is a Positrack, and that surprises a lot of people to find out that I don't have a locker in the rear. It's a Dana Spicer power lock. They are absolutely phenomenal. The Banana is set up exactly the same way. Yukon Grizzly in the front, Dana Spicer power lock in the rear. Anybody that tells you that a posi doesn't work for rock crawling, they're correct, but man, do they work in the Morrvair and the Banana for whatever they do. One thing I like about that is that they're not selectable. That means you never have to remember to lock them or unlock them, and they always work. They're just always there. I like them because they're transparent. I don't even know I have them until I need them, and then they just hook up and go.
You should try this. This might convert you from a straight axle person to an IFS.
Actually, that will never change because he's still picking up tires.
This is the area where Rhett almost rolled.
Interesting choice.
I think this is the only spot he got dinged point. He did a great job other than that.
This is a crack of death. Oh man.
It's so wide.
Brett, you've been through this in the Banana. Is it scary?
Yeah. The Bronco is a heck of a lot wider.
That wasn't even scary with how wide it is.
So Colin's never driven anything across this trail, so this is brand new for him.
So I'm more of the bunny hill kind of guy, you know, easy, chill. The Morrvair is definitely more of a double black diamond kind of trail.
This one's scary, no spotter. Let's see you do it. The good thing is it's pretty straight.
Yeah, it's straight. Just a big crack down the middle.
So Colin, a lot of people that know how to rock crawl know what's going on, but there's some people who don't know what's going on. Why did you climb that hill with the brake lights on the whole way?
Okay, so usually you just pick a speed with the throttle and then use your brake to modulate how fast you go. It's just easier. You just let off. If it starts going too fast, you just ease down a little bit.
Yeah, so you do really gentle modulations with the gas and the more aggressive modulations with the brake, and that keeps you from doing the jackrabbit, which is dangerous, scary, and hilarious.
Low gear ratio also helps with that.
Do you feel the lower gears?
Oh yeah, it climbs so good now. So we're about to enter a spot where I drug a lot and had a lot of problems.
Yeah, there's a spot there you had to take a bypass further up.
Yep.
I'm thinking you're gonna make it through it.
I think so too. I've gained so much clearance.
That was a scrape. I'll give you a pro tip. The black lines are over here. I think Colin just took a spot. Okay, now stop.
Oh yeah. I see it now. The 100% lockers right there. That's the only reason why the Bronco crawled up, was the lockers that it had.
Yeah, this wheel, because of the posi I was bragging about, that wheel's not working right now. Drive up this thing.
Sheesh.
All right, so Colin is a -1 for taking a spot. Dang it. Colin, how do you feel about having to take that spot?
I wish I got to see it before I've done it. This is my first time, so I'm going to blame it on that.
So I am a little worried about this obstacle. Narrower wheelbases tend to do a little bit better right here, but we'll see.
Just don't bend your tire off.
Did it.
Wow, wow, wow. I didn't touch it at all.
did that one clean.
Yeah, that one was a lot better.
That Bronco's making Jeep noises. Yeah, you hit the axle, but not bad. Colin made an excellent choice there. Got up that super clean. So last time, Hefe had to drive up around this way. The Banana went through there, the Bronco didn't. Let's see what happens this time.
Oh, last fender.
Same spot.
One. Woo! Did you learn anything?
Kind of. I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Not what I wanted it to do. Don't help me. I got this.
I'm not gonna help him. Peanut, up here. These are good dogs, huh? Look at these good dogs. Yep, they're pretty good dogs. Hey, lady. Well, once he figured out the technique, he made a clean run. This is the last obstacle out of here, and it's a squeeze.
Those tires are so tough. They're just folding in half.
Oh my. Oh man. Case in point. All right, I'm going to give my impartial judgment here. I have never seen the Bronco go through any trail this easy. I can tell this is a game changer. The extra width caused some like squeeze issues, but they're not the same as the issues it had before where it would just stop or do body damage
along the ground.
So I can tell that the Bronco's just making it through easier. I'm going to attribute it to the increased ground clearance and the lower gear ratio, and the wider stance came into play a couple of places. It allowed him to hook notches that he wasn't able to get into before, and that's kind of a crapshoot though. Sometimes the width will hurt you. Same with wheelbase. Sometimes there'll be an obstacle that the most capable vehicle will struggle on, and a stock XJ will just drive up it, or stock Toyota, whatever, because the wheelbase is just right. All right, the Morrvair, we already know how it performs, and it did exactly what it always does. I can tell that Colin has a little less experience driving it, and he's never driven on this trail, and I would say most of the struggles were from just a little bit of inexperience. But I would say out of everything you've done to the Bronco, this is I mean, it's not even close. There's no debate. This is the most improvement I have ever seen on the Bronco.
Hands down.
It seems like it lifted wheels less too. And when it did do them, you weren't teeter-tottering. It would just lift the wheel and then go.
It was more stable. It was like, it felt good.
And these are 74 weld?
Yep.
All right, if you got a Bronco and you want it to do awesome stuff, you should check those guys out.
So we're in Moab and we're going on Cliffhanger, and George had portals on his Jeep from 74 weld, and I pulled up to the obstacle, watched a couple people do it, and I'm like, nope. And Matt's like, you need to get portals for your Bronco. And I'm like, I didn't even know what portals were at that point. But then I watched George do it, and I'm like, yep, that's what I need. And they finally made them. So this is the first, I think they've been out test driving a couple pair, but this is the first like production set that is out on the market, and they are worth it.
So once again, I've already said it, the Morrvair is a known quantity. We took a rear engine, air-cooled Chevrolet Corvair, we stuffed an LS 5.3 in the front of it, made it a four-wheel drive, and we pressed it straight into off-road recovery service.
Immediately. Before it was even done. It's still not done.
And it has been working every day since then without complaining. I mean, we broke a stub shaft here and there. We had a bad transmission go out. But that's, you know, you can't say that that's a design and engineering problem. That's just stuff that happens when you're off-road.
Well, the Morrvair, it's so solid. It goes up everything you pointed at, super safe.
Right now, I would almost put an inexperienced person in that one because of the lower gearing now. This one can be a handful for a new driver.
Oh yeah, yep.
But at least if you go through the trail too fast, it's stable enough to handle it.
So I could definitely see the improvements on the Bronco. It went right up everything. I could see a difference between knowing your rig, not knowing your rig. There's a lot of that there.
Who knew their rig?
Hefe.
Yeah, I saw Hefe understand his rig, except for sometimes be surprised where his tires were. But as the trail went on, he got less and less surprised where his tires were and started using it to his advantage.
There is also knowing the trail, too.
Okay, this is my final score right here. So Colin took a spot. He got in a little bit of trouble and ended up taking a spot. So that's a -1 point right there. Even though I'm an impartial judge, I'm quite partial to the Morrvair because it's just an amazing rig. I am absolutely shocked. I knew the portals were gonna help. I didn't know they were gonna completely change like the whole personality of the rig. I thought like, oh yeah, a little bit more ground clearance. And I always imagined a little bit more top heavy because you're not adding any weight, you're moving all the way up, but the extra width completely compensates for that. So I'm gonna say that the Bronco is most improved, and I'm going to give it an A- going through the trail. And I'm going to say that the Morrvair is rock steady, and it's doing what it always does. And with the hit that you took, it's getting an A-. Okay, we're going to get out of this frigid wind. We're going to go home, eat some soup, and enjoy the rest of our evening. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on the trail today, and thanks for watching.
All right, Happy, let's go settle us behind the Bronco.
See, even Peanut knows who won. Huh?
Hey,
This is what we got going on in the shop, though. High maintenance.
Getting a touch up.